It may be surprising, but the world's hydrographers are estimated to have mapped only about 15% of the world's ocean. With only 15% mapped, there is still so much work to do. One of the main things that the Okeanos Explorer does is that we map the seafloor and we collect this bathymetric data. Although the seafloor has been entirely mapped by satellites, the very thing that keeps us alive and makes Earth so unique, water, impedes data from satellites to be of high enough resolution to accurately identify depths and features of interest on the seafloor. And that's because light doesn't travel very far in water. Because we're unable to utilize light, that's why we started going to sound. On the Okeanos Explorer, we use a multi-beam echo sounder where we send sound out in a fan-like shape or a swath shape to insonify the seafloor. We send sound out, a ping of sound, ping, and it comes back to us. By knowing how long it took for that sound to come back to us, the speed of sound in water, we can work out how far away the seafloor is from us. After we have multiple pieces of information about the depths in a given area, we're able to understand the morphology or the shape of the seafloor. So having bathymetry and knowing the shape of the seafloor is a critical piece of information for a multitude of applications, not just for us for sending our ROVs down safely to investigate and learn about the ocean, but also for scientific analysis, knowing why creatures are where they are, the effect of currents on the seafloor and looking at that geology as well. But it's also necessary for resource management and fisheries or maritime construction. Actually, one of the main things that bathymetry data is used for is to make nautical charts that help ships navigate safely through the waters. We started mapping in this Blake Plateau region in about 2011. Since then, we've been systematically adding upon that to increase our knowledge of this region. NOAA's Office of Ocean Exploration and Research makes all of our data publicly available so that others can easily build upon our efforts and allow us all to work together to systematically collect this critical information of seafloor depths.
It's gorgeous.
We keep finding these mounds, we keep finding these ridges, we keep finding these scarps that have evidence of life that was previously unknown to be there.
For the longest time, the Blake Plateau looked relatively flat and consistent. If you look on camera 3 on the lower corner, you'll see some bathymetry that we have here that has only just recently been collected. So we never knew that these mounds existed in this area, and this is something completely new, not only just to observe, but the fact that they were even here to begin with.
In conjunction with partners from other agencies, academia, and the private sector, NOAA's Office of Ocean Exploration and Research is focusing our mapping efforts to help achieve the national goal of mapping all U.S. deep waters by the year 2030.
No one knew this was here. We would have never known had we not been fortunate enough to be able to come out and explore